Hi guys, welcome to episode 10 of Tez Talks Q&A Series 2. Yes, for sure. I think we're going to be met with so many different people like that in our lives, and it can be very confronting because you think that I'm such a good person and I'm being so nice to this individual and I'm loving and I'm giving of myself and I'm trying to find a connection, and no matter what I do, I can't connect with them. To go back to the 4 agreements, just don't take things personally because it says nothing about you. Someone who is in a low vibrational space, sometimes what they're seeking out is other low vibrating energies, because in discomfort they can find connection. So if you're a bright light and you're shining so brightly around someone who's feeling really negative and bad about themselves, that could be very triggering for them, and they could start passing judgment and just have negative feelings surrounding you, because what they want is the light. They want to be in the light. They want to feel better. They want to be embraced. They want to be loved. But they're in such a toxic dwelling that they can't see that the very thing that they want and they desire and who is open and loving is standing right in front of them, willing to take the time to connect. So you are the very person someone like that needs in their life, but they're not going to be able to see it until they do their own self-work. So typically those feelings for those people come from a deep suffering. It's stemmed from an insecurity and a suffering and a self-loathing, and they just haven't done that work. And it's on you if it's someone very, very close to you and you feel like there's the chance that you can help someone without being too negatively affected yourself, and you want to do that and you want to show up and commit to doing that, then that's one thing. But I will say people's toxic energy can really rub off and affect you in a very negative way, and you can be shining so brightly one minute and then the next be around someone who's dwelling in a place of sadness, and you're completely thrust back down there again. You have to do so much work to build yourself back up. So it's if you have the dedication, you have the time, and you really want to do work with someone like that who is open to doing that kind of work, then fantastic. There are also just a lot of unconscious folks who are like enjoying dwelling in the sadness, and it's their own journey. They're going to have to figure it out for themselves without being saved by someone like you. And meanwhile, you just have to put up a boundary, and you have to know that you're a loving, good person. You're meeting them with compassion. You're meeting them with love. But at the end of the day, that is their cross to carry, and it is something that they will eventually, hopefully, navigate through and be able to find some light for themselves. And but you can send them love from afar. You can. And again, never take it on, because it's not about you. Yeah. Yes. Gosh, I feel like this is the story of my life. There's someone in particular in my life that I'm always wanting to help and fix and inspire, and I spend hours and hours and hours and hours trying to help them out and help them see change and like see things from a different perspective, and all of that comes down to control. Like, I am trying to control this person's reality because I think the way I see things is going to make their life easier. And maybe I'm right, and if they did let go of this and that, it would be an easier existence for them. But it is their life. It is their individual life. They are making choices for themselves, and you have to completely step back and let them have their own journey. it becomes really exhausting when you are constantly trying to change and fix. And at some point it becomes manipulative, and you have to wonder what it is in you that is wanting you to do that with this person. And typically it comes down to control. So for me, like, I want this person's life to be so much better. I know that I could help them. I know they could be in less pain. But that's also just my ego. Instead of embracing and loving them for who they are and what they're going through, and hearing them out and saying, yeah, I hear you. That sounds really hard. That sounds really, really hard. Rather than coming and be like, I hear you, that's hard. Here's how you fix it. You're going to do this, 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 and that. And if you do those things, you'll feel better. None of that works. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve them. They need to find that on their own. And if not, then that's also okay. I, in my life, have really had to stop helping and mothering some particular people, one person in particular, because it's an energy suck too. You end up sucking so much energy out, and you put so much focus on this person, and you become so invested that when they make choices that you don't agree with, it really affects you and brings you down. And it's just no way to live. It just isn't. It's not living consciously. It's not being mindful. So instead, what I've tried to do is like send love, hold the space for them to really hear what they're going through. Even though in the back of my head, I'm like, well, if you just did this and you wouldn't have to deal with that. I don't offer up my opinions. Now I just say, I hear you, I love you, I'm here for you, I can't wait to see you, all those sorts of things. And then allow them just to have their own journey, and know that you can't really change anyone unless they're like ready and willing and they're asking for your help. There's nothing you can do. And you can put up a light boundary if you need to as well. If it's really affecting you in a way that feels negative, and the behavior is like personally affecting you, you can put up a light boundary, love them from afar, make peace with your understanding of the situation, and then continue to try to not be affected by their own choices, because they are an individual and they are on their own journey, and for whatever reason they're making decisions that maybe you don't agree with, but it's on them until they seem open, and until they ask for you to intervene. Then you have to really give them the space to have their own experience. I think one of the aspects of my personality that I have to deal with, what gets reflected back to me sometimes, is my relationship with control. I like things to be a certain way. I like, well, this is the routine, this is how we do things with Bodhi, and then we do here, and he has to wear sunscreen, and we, and it's, no media, he can't do this, we're not watching TV before the age of 2, and all these things I'm controlling. And sometimes the control is coming out of a fearful place. I try and control when I feel out of control. But when you're out of control, you're actually just being present. You're actually just being. Nothing is in your control. Nothing's in your control. So just, again, I always go back to this, like living mindfully, checking in with yourself, having a personal inventory about all the thoughts and feelings and emotions that are coming up. I think you'll start to notice a pattern then when you're wanting to control. There's some area of you which is bound up in stress. There's something in your body that's feeling restricted, and there's some sort of suffering, there's some sort of pain. I have such an enjoyable life when I can just lift that veil of control off. I just take it off, and the day will be what the day will be. We can have loose plans about the day. We know, we have this coming up, we have this play date. I can't control if Bodhi wants to ride his scooter today, and there's a lot of people You know, we're at the farmer's market and he wants to ride his scooter weaving in and out of people. I'm not going to control that before that things happen. I'm going to just be present, and then we're going to talk about it and decide, all right, what's the best thing? He wants to ride his scooter? Sure, he can ride his scooter. Does that mean I'm going to be running between a bunch of people and chasing after him? Yes, but his elation and his passion about riding his scooter is such a beautiful thing. I think you miss out on such amazing, magical moments in life when you try to over-control things. So, sometimes I'll wake up and say, today will not be a controlling day. Today will be a free day. Today I will be liberated from control. And that's really wonderful. And I think I've come pretty far in terms of that. My relationship with control and allowing things to be more fluid. Life is so much more fun when it's fluid. And I just feel like I'm in a healthier headspace when I do that. So, but already the fact that you're acknowledging that you do have some issues with control, that is the beautiful first step, because now you know it's there. You can see where it's coming from and you can pinpoint it and know, okay, these are the tools that I can utilize so that I am not trying to control every aspect of my life. All right. And I think that is it for this one. Guys, thank you so much for all the questions. I don't know why I unbuttoned. I was like, just started unbuttoning my dress halfway through. Not sure why. Okay, I will see you next week. Thank you guys so much. Mwah.